Green tea has the longest history and ranks first in varieties and consumption. It is also one of the popular beverages consumed in our daily life, and it is deeply loved by the public. When drinking tea, we often hear tea lovers saying that this green tea is insufficient heat used during fixation or overeating during pan firing. I'm sure that you're likely to be confused by this description when new to tea. In fact, these are closely related to the processing of green tea. Today, we are going to learn about the green tea processing together. As a non-fermented tea, green tea retains more of the natural substance of the fresh leaves. Among them, tea polyphenols and caffeine retains more than 85% of the fresh leaves. Chlorophyll retains about 50%, and vitamin loss is less, thus forming the characteristics of green tea: clear liquor with green leaves, strong taste, and astringency. There are many different types of green tea, and their appearances are various, ranging from tiny pellets, gunpowder, to long, flat, or needle-like. However, the processing technology of different types of green tea is roughly the same. Various procedures are required for the manufacturing of green tea: fresh tea leaves, fixing, pan firing or steaming, rolling, and drying, in pan or basket, or in the dry machine, or in the sun. The first is fresh leaves picking and cooling. The tender tea shoots are plucked from the medium or small leaf tea plant by hand or mechanical tea plucker and delivered to tea factories immediately. The leaves are then spread out indoors in the shadow baskets, in the racks, or some ventilating bags like bamboo mesh mats, chains, troughs, or spreading machines for 3 to 6 hours. This step seems to improve the quality of manufactured tea by enzymatic reaction. The degree of green tea spreading is as follows. The leaves begin to wilt, the texture changes from hard to soft. The color turns from bright green to dark green. The grassy smell disappears. The aroma is relieved, and the moisture content of the leaves jumps to 68%, which is moderate. Next is the fixing. The freshly plucked leaves are steamed or pan-fired to hot active enzyme, which cause fermentation or oxidation. It makes the leaves to be soft and pliable. This determines the quality of final tea products. In our country, the most commonly fixing method is pan firing, although the small amount of green tea is still steam fixing. Moreover, there are drum fixing and microwave fixing machines. In pan firing, the temperature must be high at first in order to stop the enzyme action, then gradually decrease as the process progresses. If the temperature is too low, the green leaves turn red. But if the temperature is excessively high, the leaves turn scorched, with the result that chlorophyll in the leaves is lost. So many other chemical compounds are affected, which makes leaves become yellow and not favored. Hand pan firing is done at the temperature of approximately 100 to 200 centigrade degree. Drum fixing machine temperatures are set about 220 to 300 centigrade degrees. During the fixing, the fresh leaves turn dark green without their luster. The leaves become soft and will not spread easily when tightly pinched with hands, slightly sticky, and give off the faint scent, which are the best degree of fixing. At this time, the tea leaves should be taken out of the pot and spread out to cool immediately. It is best to use fans to cool the tea and make it dissipate water quickly. Lower the leaf temperature and prevent the color from turning yellow and producing the stuffy smell. Compare with steamed fixed green tea. Pan-fire green tea is more aromatic and stronger in flavor. However, when steam processed leaves are brewed, it has clearer green color. After fixing, the next step is rolling. During this procedure, leaf cells are broken, juices are liberated and attached to the surface of the tea, and the tea leaves are rolled into strips under the action of manpower or mechanical force. It is an important process in the formation of all kinds of tea, and its function is to initially shape and make tea juice on the leaf surface, as well as to increase the concentration of tea liquor. At present, leaves are usually rolled by machines. According to whether the leaves are old or tender, the rolling of green tea can be divided into hot rolling and cold rolling. The principles of rolling is that the young leaves are lightly rolled and the old ones are heavily rolled, or for several times. The degree of cell breakage during rolling will affect the taste of tea liquor and the brewing resistance of green tea. The last step is drying. Tea drying is an important process in the primary processing of tea. It mainly uses heat to evaporate the moisture of the tea, thereby forming the tea's unique sensory and stable characteristics. There are three main purposes of tea drying. First, the leaves continue to change their contents and improve their internal quality on the basis of killing the green. The second is to shape the tea strips on the basis of rolling to improve their appearances. The third is to drain excessive water in the tea leaves to prevent mildew and is convenient for storage. Finally, the moisture content of the dry tea leaves is required to be 5 to 6%, and the leaves can be crushed into pieces by hand. The common drying methods of tea are pan-fried, baked, and sun-dried. Today, we learned the processing of green tea together. Let's briefly review it. Green tea is known as the national drink. It is made of new leaves or buds of the tea tree without fermentation. Through the process of fixing, rolling, and drying. Based on different methods of fixing and drying, green tea can be divided into stir-roasted green tea, steamed green tea, baked green tea, and sun-dried green tea. After class, let's try to analyze the black tea processing procedure and compare it with green tea.